Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam. In this video, I'm going to be planting these 3 Sarcococca Orientalis in my front yard. I'm in a small 2/10 of an acre urban lot in Raleigh, North Carolina, Zone 7B. Sarcococca is in the boxwood family. What makes the species Orientalis interesting is it blooms super early. It's very long bloomed. This variety can bloom from January to March every year, and it's well underway now. I'm about the 3rd week in January right now. Super fragrant, small flowers. The flowers don't have petals, which is kind of interesting. You see all the exposed flower parts on these Fragrant Sweet Box, or Christmas box I've heard people call, but the word sweet box is because it's in that boxwood family of plants. This variety is going to get maybe 2 feet tall and 2 feet wide. Lots of different varieties of Fragrant Sweet Box and several different species. Some are dwarf. I've got them in my neighborhood. I walk past every day. They're 3 or 4 inches in height, beautiful ground cover, and then much larger growing species as well. Again, this one's just a perfect little 2x2 mound. I'm actually planting 3 in a cluster because I just want a perfect little evergreen here. Super fragrant, winter flowering, winter interest plant. Part shade or shade is best on these. These are going to get a lot of morning sun, and then the house is going to put it in the shade by early afternoon. That should be perfect here. A lot of these broadleaf evergreen shrubs like this that like the shade also like kind of well-drained soil, and I would not call the soil in my yard well-drained, so I'm going to leave them slightly elevated. So I'm going to get started putting them in the ground. There's the 3 of them in the ground. By themselves, they would get maybe 2 feet tall, slightly wider than tall, kind of a mounding, roundish habit, semi-formal kind of a shrub. But with 3 of them together here, I'm just trying to make a much wider colony. You can't imagine the fragrance on these little teeny tiny flowers. It really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. These are hardy in zone 6 to 9. I see some people say into zone 10. I'm not sure about that. I think this thing probably needs a little bit of cooling in the late fall to flower. I may be wrong about that. If you see Fragrant Sweet Box growing in zone 10, please let me know in the comments. But there's the flower on it, and again, it doesn't have petals. It's just all the exposed flower parts. One of these plants that you smell, and then you got to figure out what it is that's blooming because you can't really see the flowers all that much. Beautiful lustrous green, dark foliage. Deer avoid this plant, and so it's another great thing about them. Again, the main thing with these is a lot of these leafy evergreen shrubs for shade don't like wet feet, and so I did mound these up, and I've basically used the mulch to cover the top 1.5 inches or so of the top of that root ball, so I don't end up drowning them with the clay sitting underneath their feet. So thank you very much for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and you can see updates on these Sarcococca Orientalis during the 2021 growing season.